Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jolene and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the MOONRISE Beach series. So for today's video, I'm finally going to be setting up my B6 Stalogy. This is a highly requested video. I feel like every single day you guys have been asking for it, and so I'm finally sitting down today to do it. I actually started setting this up over the weekend but didn't have a chance to finish it, and so today I'm taking the morning off to finally finish it on camera for you guys, and hopefully you guys will get some inspiration. I know a lot of you guys have said that you are setting up your own Stalogy and want to see how I'm going to be using mine, so I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Today is a very dark and rainy day, and so I have my lights on, so I know things look a little bit shadowy here at the moment, but hopefully the rain will calm down and I can finally finish this setup. So I have my B6 Stalogy in this Moterm cover. I do have an unboxing of it. This is the lychee white, obviously for the B6 size. I really like it. I think it's a perfect color for what I'm going for. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more minimal and simple. And so I just have a couple of items here. I have this little card here. This is a business card from Rose Colored Days. It says positive vibes. And I really like the rose gold foiling there. It kind of matches the foiling of the vinyl that I made. So I made this myself, and I just placed it here at the bottom, but the writing is actually from See Amy Draw, and grace is one of my favorite words. It's always one of my words of the year, and so I like to put that there. In the other pocket here I have this little quote card. This is from Tulle and Twine, and it's one of her affirmation cards, so I like that there. And then also from Tulle and Twine I just have some sticky notes, so in case I want to make some notes, those are there. I don't have anything else in the pocket because I haven't set it up yet, but it does have a ton of pockets. I do have some stickers from Graceful Muse Papery just in the back there. And then it does come with a big back pocket, and in here I just have some dashboards and some sticker tabs that I might use. So as you can see, I have kind of started to set this guy up. I put some TPS, some Planner Society paper on the front and back. So this was from a previous month, and basically I just used adhesive tape to tape it down, and then I cut it around the edges there, and then I used a different one here on the inside just to kind of go with the theme, and I did the exact same thing here on the back and then also here. So I've just been testing some pens, some ballpoint pens, gel pens, my fountain pens, and I just want to see what kind of pens are good on this paper. But I feel like a lot of them are pretty good on this one. You have a little bit of ghosting, but it's not too bad. So this is how I'm going to be setting it up. I did bring in some items from my shop to use in here. So I don't know if you guys know, but I do have some B6 Stalogy full page printables in my shop, which is Jolene Printables on Etsy. So if you guys are interested in these full page printables, then you can grab them from my shop using the code SAVE10. These are really popular in my shop. They're always my best sellers, especially for the Hobonichi size. If you guys don't know, I do have a couple of different variations. So here I have brought in my Year at a Glance for 2021. This is in the gray colorway. I also have it in the pink. So if you guys want to see what the pink looks like, I have it in my Hobonichi Cousin and my Hobonichi Weeks. So you guys can check out that setup if you want. But this has the classic font, so it's a little bit more of a minimal font. I went with the classic font for all of them, but I do also have a cute font available. So you can choose the gray colorway and the cute font if you like. That's also another option. And then these are some of the designs that I have in my shop. So I always have a Year at a Glance in my shop, and this one is the one-page version. I also have a two-page version which splits up the January to June on one page, and then you get a second page which has July to December. So I just chose the one page because I just need it more as a reference. The other thing that I printed out for myself is the important dates, and this is the grid version. So you can see they have grid boxes there. I also have a list version, and this insert comes in the pink colorway as well as the gray, and then also the cute font is also available for this. And then the other thing that I printed out is the Life in Pixels. So once again, this is in the classic font with the gray colorway. I do have this in the pink and the cute font as well. And I'm going to be using this as a workout tracker. So I have a ton more designs. I have a monthly tracker, a yearly tracker, and various note pages as well. So if you guys want any of these printables, then you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. Now what I've done is I've actually pre-cut mine already. So normally they would come out on a large sheet like this, and then it would be something like this in the center. So what I've done is I've actually printed them on sticker paper, and I'm just going to be sticking mine in here. I used a paper trimmer like this to cut it down to the proper size, and I will show you how I'm going to be using that right now. The other thing I just have here is the April calendar from SM Plan's Facebook group that I'm going to use, and I do have my paper trimmer handy. But first I think I'm going to go in with my printables because they're the easiest, and I already have them on sticker paper, so that makes it a lot more easier. So here on the front page, I think this is where I want to put my year at a glance. So as you can see, if you print it out correctly at 100%, it will fit within the pages of the B6 Stalogy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to peel it up. So I just printed it on sticker paper. The one I use is from Online Labels. You can grab it off of Amazon, or they do have their own site. And I am just going to place it down really easily like that. And now I have my year at a glance, and I like the kind of colors and how it goes with the paper from the Planner Society. So on the next page, I'm just going to clip it off like this. I think I'm going to put my important dates on this side, and then my Life in Pixels for my workout tracker on this one. So let me peel this off. If you guys don't know how to print and cut, then I do have a video on my channel already. I will link it. It's actually for the Hobonichi cousin, but it's exactly the same thing. That video will kind of guide you through the process of how to print and cut these printables, either on regular paper or sticker paper. So if you don't have sticker paper like I do, you can just print it out on regular paper like this, and then use an adhesive tape or something like that to paste it in. See how easy that is? And it's perfectly formatted for the B6. So once again, if you guys want to pick these up for your own Stalogy, then you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off. Okay, so now let's move on to the next page. So this is the page that I have already kind of set up. And what I've done is I have this printable. This is a printable dashboard from Jolene Printables, and it says work from home vibes at the bottom. It has a little laptop there with some loafers and the phone. And what I've done is I've just put a little bit of washi there, and I'm gonna put this calendar here on the front, and this will kind of act as my April title page, I guess you can say. So I'm just going to put this off to the side for a second, and I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. Right now I'm just using regular printer paper because I don't want to bulk up my Stalogy too much. And actually normally I would cut this part out or already do it off camera, but I got a lot of requests asking to show this process because maybe they haven't tried printables before and they want to know how to cut. But this is a paper trimmer that I'm using right now. When you purchase inserts from my shop, they will have these kind of cut lines, and these are your guides. So you're just going to line them up here and then just cut through. My suggestion is always to start with the long side and then work around it. And if you guys are not really good at measuring both sides, then I would suggest maybe not cutting all the way through the first time so that you have your guides always in place. Okay, so now that I have my little calendar here, I am just going to washi tape that in, I think. So let me grab some washi. I have some of my supplies in here. It's kind of messy because I haven't finished setting it up, but I do have all these new washis that I got from Simply Gilded. It's from the most recent sub box, so it was like the Paris theme, and so I definitely want to use some of this washi in here. I'm thinking I want to use this one. It has a little bit of that blue, so it'll match the calendar card, and I really like the kind of night Paris theme that it has, so I'm going to rip off a little bit of it, and I'm actually just going to washi this calendar card down just like that. I do have a bit of washi up here. This washi is from the Pink Room Co, and I think it's part of the Rustic Blush collection, either that or the Beloved collection, because I bought it around the same time. So I'm just going to put it down like that, and I think it looks really beautiful. So I'm keeping it very, very minimal and simple. Now on the next side here, I am going to add a little bit of washi tape. So I'm going to go with this one. Has a little bit of florals, and I'm just going to add it here across the top. I'm just going to grab my ruler here to help me cut the washi, and this ruler is from another one of these Simply Gilded sub boxes. I think it was last month. It was the iridescent ink one. So for these two pages, I want to break down my goals for the month. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I will use some of these Tombos. They actually look the same on camera, but they are slightly different. The top one here is 942 and this one is 990. I'm gonna kind of use this as a header. And then the other pen that I'm going to use is this one. This is a lettering pen. This is by the brand Zig. If you guys watch any of my Hobonichi Plan With Me's, then you may know this. This is kind of like the style that I do in my Hobonichi as well. But these are the two pens that I'm going to be using. And then to write with, I want to use this. This is one of the Zebra Sarasa Vintage Collection. It comes in a larger pack like this, and I have only a couple of them in here. I really like them because they have a little bit of a darker tone, and I just really like the look of them. And this one is in the 0.5, so I'm going to be writing with this in here just for a little bit of a change rather than just plain black. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go with the 942 first. And what I'm going to do is make a little swatch here at the top, or maybe I'll do it here on the side just to mark my goals. And then what I'm going to do is put 3 categories for my goals on each page. So I'm going to make like a little swatch here, just like that. And usually I will make it so one's here, and one's here. I haven't quite decided if I want to do that for this, but I think it might look really nice visually. So I'm just going to do 3 kind of squiggles as my headers. I'm going to do another one on this side here. We're kind of doing like a bullet journal type of thing here, so I just want to break down my goals for the month in a more obvious way. So now I'm going to go in with my Zig pen, and I'm just going to letter in goals here at the top, just so that I know that these are my goal pages. So just like that, and then I'm going to write in my categories for the month. So my first category is always personal. My next one is health. And then my next one is Boss Babe, but this is basically anything for my work as an author or my Etsy shop. The next one is finance. So my finance goals. And then I have home. And then my last one is family. So I will fill this in off camera. I haven't quite decided what I want my April goals to be yet, so that is why I will probably fill this in once April actually begins. I'm actually doing this on March 26th, so there is a few more days before April arrives, so I can finally figure that out. So this is where I'm going to be writing my goals, keeping it very simple and easy to read. Next up, I want to have a page for currently and then maybe one page for faves. In my old bullet journal in the A5 size, I used to keep this information on the same page, but now that I'm in a B6 size, I feel like I may need a little bit more room. So once again, we are going to go in with some washi just at the top here. This is once again from Simply Gilded from the Paris box. So I am just adding a little bit of deco here at the top, nothing too crazy. So once again, I am just going to do a little swatch here for my two sections. So currently can be anything like what I'm listening to, what I'm reading, what I'm watching, that kind of stuff. And then my faves for the month can be anything. So it can be like my favorite skincare product, it can be my favorite book of the month, it can be my favorite song of the month, my favorite movie, anything like that. In my A5 wide bullet journal, I used to have a whole section just for what I read, and then also a whole playlist section. But since I do keep track of that at the back of my Hobonichi now, I feel like I don't want to keep writing the same information in another place. And so now I'm going to keep that information in the back of my Hobonichi Cousin and then kind of minimize the amount of stuff that I'm going to keep track in this guy. So now that that has been allocated somewhere else, I'm going to keep the currently section here, and then I'm going to have a faves section on this side. And then now on the next two pages, I am once again going to put some more washi. I'm thinking I want to bring in a little bit of that blue. So we're going with the Paris Night Scene washi. I love this washi. Super chic. And for these two pages, I'm going to be using it for my reflection for the month. So I allocate these two pages at the beginning of every single month. So I have this section here for my reflection at the end of the month. So for me, this is the most important thing. At the end of the month, I kind of look at everything that I've done and kind of evaluate how I did, if there's any improvements that I need to work on, or if there's anything that I need to celebrate. So let me kind of do the same thing. We are going to make a little swatch here for the reflection title. And then I am going to make smaller sections for the different sections that I like to kind of reflect on. So the first one is going to be eating. So how was my diet that month? I'm gonna leave some space to kind of answer that and reflect on that. The next category that I want to reflect on is exercise. And then the next one is sleep. So sleep is something that I've been kind of struggling with lately. I haven't been sleeping so well at night, so I want to kind of keep track on how my sleeping went that month. The next one is mood. And then the final one is finance. So what I'm going to do now is just grab the Zig pen and write in those headers. And I find that by breaking up the reflection each month, it gives me a better idea of how I'm doing, if there is something that I need to work on, maybe there's something that I need to stop. So an example could be like, maybe I wasn't very good with my spending, and so I would write about that here in this section, and then maybe consider doing a no spend for the next month. So that is what it looks like. And then I like to keep the bottom of this page a little free to have a section that kind of celebrates what went well this month. So while all of these other section kind of reflects on what already happened and maybe what I need to improve on, this section here is mostly about what went well. So it could be something like I had a book reveal, or maybe I finished the first draft of the book that I wanted to write. It could be small things that you could forget over time, and so that's why I want to have this section here to kind of remember those things and kind of celebrate the good things. So this section, I'm gonna call it Celebrate What Went Well. And then I just need to write in my title here for my reflection. So this is how I have set up my B6 Stalogy. It's a very simple setup. I have taken out my playlist section here and also my book list, all the books that I read in the month, and really minimize what I'm going to be tracking in here now. But I think this is going to be a good size for me in terms of my new goals bullet journal. It has just enough room for me to set my goals and keep track of my favorite things that I'm into, and also have a space here to reflect on my goals and celebrate the small things in life. This kind of more minimal look is really great for me. I feel like it won't take that much time every month to set up, and I think it also kind of matches well with the overall theme that I have going on in the rest of the planner with this more minimal look. So that is my very, very simple B6 Stalogy setup. This is how I'm going to be moving forward with my goals bullet journal instead of the A5. I think that this size is a little bit more manageable, and since I'm not going to be tracking as many things, I feel like this is a really good notebook to keep all that information in. So once again, if you guys are interested in any of the printables that are in my shop, do check them out on Jolene Printables on Etsy, and you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But that is my video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this setup video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!